guys, it's Girl7 here, and today we have huge news in Pokemon Go. So I don't know how many of you have seen this video, but yesterday we did get an official trailer for Generation 4 in Pokemon Go. So in this trailer we've seen Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup, the 3 Generation 4 starters, and we also got a sneak peek at one of the Generation 4 legendaries, Giratina. So Giratina is a Ghost and Dragon type legendary, so I'm assuming that we're going to be getting that in October for Halloween. But with all of that aside, we actually got an update in Pokemon Go today, and in the description of the update it says stuff about Generation 4 being released in Pokemon Go, so that means that it is ready to be released whenever Niantic is ready. So basically we do know that Generation 4 is already in Pokemon Go. It's basically just a matter of time before they flip the switch on that and they actually release it into the game. So now that we know that it's in the update, we know it's coming very soon, maybe even sooner than I was expecting. So in today's video we're going to go over Generation 4 Pokemon. The point of today's video is going to be which Generation 4 Pokemon you should prepare for, what you should save your candies to evolve when Gen 4 comes out. And I actually have a couple more videos lined up that I'm going to be doing this week. I'm going to do one like the top 10 Generation 4 Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and then I'm going to do like the best legendaries in Pokemon Go. So I have a lot of Generation 4 stuff that I'm going to be covering this week. But today we're going to start off with all the stuff you should be doing to prepare for Generation 4. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first Pokemon you need to save candies for would be Swinub candies. So Swinub evolves into Piloswine, but in Generation 4, Piloswine evolves into Mamoswine, and Mamoswine actually has a really high attack and HP stat, so it's a really good Pokemon. It's going to be one of the best Generation 4 Pokemon in Pokemon Go, without a doubt. It's actually very underrated in the Pokemon world, I find, but Mamoswine is actually going to be really useful in Pokemon Go, so definitely save your Swinub candies. Mamoswine is going to be a very good one to have. Okay, so this next Generation 4 Pokemon is one that you're probably already stacking up candies for. It is Ralts. So as you know in Pokemon Go, Ralts evolves into Kirlia, and Kirlia evolves into Gardevoir. Well, in Generation 4, if you find a male Ralts, it will evolve into Kirlia and then Gallade. So Gallade is basically just the male form of Gardevoir, and they have a lot in common. Gallade has a very high attack stat, but that's pretty much it. So it's going to be a great attacker, but it's going to be a little bit of a glass cannon, so keep that in mind. It will be very useful. It's just not going to be very defensive or anything like that, but it is actually a very good Pokemon, and I'm excited about it because Gallade and Gardevoir are some of my favorite Pokemon, so this is going to be super sick. So next we have Roselia. Now Roselia evolves into Roserade in Generation 4, and Roserade's going to be a decent grass type Pokemon, but it's not going to be like game breaking or anything like that, but you definitely want to have it at least for the Pokedex entry, and like I said, it's going to be decent. Not the best, but also not the worst. Next we have an amazing Generation 4 Pokemon. It's one of the best ones that evolves from a previous generation. So it is Rhyhior. So Rhyhior evolves from Rhydon, which is the Generation 1 Pokemon. And Rhyhior is amazing. Has all around great stats for Pokemon Go. Great HP, attack, and defense stats. It's all around just a great Pokemon to use. You can't really go wrong with this one. It's going to be really good, so I definitely encourage you to save up your Rhyhorn candies the best that you can. Try to get that first Rhyhior. It's going to be awesome for literally anything you do in Pokemon Go, whether it's defending a gym or taking down gyms or defeating raid bosses. It's definitely going to be very useful. So save up those Rhyhorn candies. Rhyhior is amazing. So next we have Electivire. So Electivire evolves from Electabuzz, so definitely save up your Elekid candies to try to get Electivire for Pokemon Go. Honestly, where Electivire shines is in its attack stats. It has very good attack stats, but nothing else about it's really amazing or anything like that. So it's going to be more of a glass cannon, but definitely a useful one nonetheless. And it's electric type, so its only weakness is ground, so that's an advantage. So next we have Magmortar. Magmortar evolves from Magmar, and it's honestly not the best Pokemon. It will have a really high CP, but it doesn't really have any outstanding stats. Its attack stat is decent, and it will be a pretty decent fire type Pokemon, but it's not going to be the best thing to use. But of course you want it for the Pokedex, so save up those Magby candies. You can be hatching some Magbys. Don't evolve any of those. Maybe go to a Magmar nest. And I'm pretty sure Magmar is one of the research task rewards right now too. So anytime you see a Magmar in the wild or as a research reward, definitely use those Pinot Berries because you want Magmortar in the Pokedex. Next we have a Generation 4 Pokemon that I'm not very fond of, and I'm not really fond of its pre-evolution either. We have Licky. So Licky is really ugly. I'm just going to say it right now. So yes, Licky evolves from Lickitung, and it's more of a defensive Pokemon. It'll be good to throw into a gym. It's going to be kind of like another Blissey, so it's not going to be quite at the level that Blissey is, but it's going to be decent. But guys, I just can't stand its face. I don't know, do you guys agree with me, or am I being a little bit harsh? I don't know, but Licky is definitely going to be a decent Generation 4 Pokemon for defending gyms. Next up we have Magnezone. So Magnezone evolves from Magneton, so definitely save up your Magnemite candies, and this one's going to be a good defensive Pokemon as well. Next up we have Gliscor. So I really love Gliscor. It's one of my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon, and it doesn't really get a whole lot of love. Gliscor evolves from Gligar. And while I have to say Gliscor doesn't have the best stats all around, it does have a very good defensive stats, so it's going to be right for certain jobs. But honestly, I'm just excited to have Gliscor in the Pokedex and in my collection. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I love its design, so Gliscor is going to be awesome. Even though it's not going to be crazy for the game, it's not going to be game changing, anything like that, I'm still excited for it. So next up we have Honchkrow, which is the evolution of Murkrow. So this is going to be a really cool Pokemon. It's not going to have the highest CP, but it does have a good HP and attack stat. And considering it's a second evolution and not a third, it's pretty good. So Honchkrow is going to be awesome. I'm excited to evolve my shiny Murkrow into a shiny Honchkrow. It's going to be so cool. I think Honchkrow is a dark and flying type just like Murkrow, so it's going to be pretty awesome. Honestly, I just love it for its design, whether I use it in battle much or not. So save your Murkrow candies. Next up we have one of my all-time favorites. We have Mismagius. So Mismagius is a ghost type Pokemon that evolves from Misdreavus, and honestly guys, I can't say this is an amazing Pokemon statistically. It is a ghost type and it's very similar to Bayonet, so they basically have the same stats, and it's going to perform kind of the same way that Bayonet does. So it's not the strongest ghost type Pokemon we've ever seen, but it's definitely going to be pretty cool. I love Mismagius so much. It's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. So of course I'm going to fangirl over the ghost types in Gen 4. But yeah guys, Mismagius isn't going to be amazing, but you definitely want to save up your Misdreavus candies just to get her. So next we have another ghost favorite. We have Dusknoir. So Dusknoir evolves from Dusclops, and where Dusknoir really shines is in its defense. So it is a ghost type Pokemon and it has a really high defense, so save up those Duskull candies for your Dusknoir. So next we have a fan favorite for sure. We have Porygon Z. So Porygon Z evolves from Porygon 2, and while they are different Pokemon, they pretty much have the same stats. Porygon Z barely improves from Porygon 2, so keep that in mind. It's not going to be the best Pokemon to use. It is a normal type Pokemon, but it has a very versatile moveset, and we're probably going to get a bunch of new moves with Generation 4 as well. So Porygon Z might actually be a useful Pokemon just because of its versatility, but it's honestly not the best Pokemon all around on the board. Next we have an amazing Pokemon. It's going to be one of the best ones in Pokemon Go, and I did say I'm going to make a top 10 Generation 4 Pokemon list, and that's going to be a different video, so we're not going to get too much into detail, but guys, this is going to be a really good Generation 4 Pokemon. It is Tangrowth, and it evolves from Tangela. So Tangrowth is so good all around. Every one of its stats for Pokemon Go are going to be really good. It's going to have a super high CP. Its max CP is going to be like 2,900, so almost 3,000 CP, which is crazy. I think it has the highest CP out of every Pokemon on this list, so it's going to be a really good Pokemon, guys. It has a high HP, attack, and defense stat, all around balanced Pokemon. Super good, and it's going to probably be the best grass type in the game if I'm not mistaken. There might be maybe like a Frenzy Plant Venusaur would defeat it. I don't really know. I should figure that out and talk about that in the next video, guys. I'm not sure, but Tangrowth is going to be an awesome grass type Pokemon. So save those Tangela candies. I know Tangela is hard to come by. You might hatch one or something like that, but guys, it's pretty hard to get Tangela these days. So, but the thing is, nobody's really using their candies to power up Tangela, so I'm sure you guys have plenty of Tangela candies stacked up. But definitely make sure you don't power up your Tangelas because you want to get your Pokedex entry Tangrowth. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a really good grass type. Next we have 2 stars of Generation 4. These are 2 Pokemon that everyone loves. We have 2 new evolutions, you guys. We have an ice type evolution named Glaceon and a grass type evolution named Leafeon. So out of the 2, Glaceon and Leafeon, Leafeon's going to be the better one. But either way, you guys need to save up your EV candies to get these 2 evolutions. So Glaceon has a decent defense stat, but Leafeon has a really good attack stat. So I really think Leafeon's going to be more useful for the time being in Pokemon Go. It is a grass type Pokemon, and a grass type Pokemon with a high attack stat is probably a little bit more meta relevant right now, but that might change soon, guys. You never know what might happen. But out of the two, Leafeon would be better, but of course you're going to get both of them. They're evolutions, and it's awesome to have an Ice-type evolution. I think that is so cool. And there's one more evolution in Generation 6, but I guess we'll get there when we get there. But guys, save up your Eevee candies. It's going to be super cool. Next, we have Ambipom. Ambipom evolves from Apom, and honestly, it's not the best Pokemon. It has a decent attack. It's not going to be the best thing to use. Of course, you're going to want it for your Pokedex. It might end up just being more of a Pokedex filler, sadly, because it is a really cute Pokemon. But I will say it's not the best. But definitely save up your Apom candies, guys. Just like all the rest of these, you just want it in the Pokedex at least. That is so sad to say. There's so many Pokemon like that in the game. Let's just have a moment to think about all the Pokemon that aren't made irrelevant. Next up, we have one of my favorites. We have Weve All. Weve All evolves from Sneasel, and it is an Ice and Dark type Pokemon just like Sneasel, and it has an excellent attack stat, which is pretty rare coming from an Ice type Pokemon, so I think that's awesome. It's gonna be so cool. I love it so much. Sneasel hasn't been useful at all, but I think Weve All will actually be pretty solid, so I'm excited for that one. Next, we have one that a lot of people are talking about. We have Togekiss. So Togekiss evolves from Togetic, so save up your Togepi candies. The best way to get those is hatching 2-kilometer eggs and hatching Togepis, because you're not really going to come across a wild Togetic very often. I know I do here sometimes with a weather boost, but definitely your best bet is saving up those candies from egg hatches. But yes, guys, Togekiss evolves in Gen 4, and it is actually a decent Pokemon, but not as good as I was expecting. I actually didn't know until I looked into its stats that it's not the best. It has an okay defensive stat, but guys, I was kind of disappointed. When I research for these videos, I get a little bit disappointed because some of my favorite Pokemon aren't as good as I originally thought they were. So Togekiss isn't going to be the best for Pokemon Go, but you never know, we might be surprised. But the defense is okay. We have yet another one of my favorites that I was really disappointed to find out that its HP, attack, and defense weren't going to be very good, so therefore it's not going to be the best in Pokemon Go. It is Yanmega, you guys. Yanmega really doesn't have anything good about it for Pokemon Go, and I'm really bummed out about it because Yanmega evolves from Yanma, if you don't know, and I just love those two Pokemon. I love Dragonflies. It's so cute, and I'm really disappointed that it's not going to be the best. But if you do want to get a Yanmega, of course, in your Pokedex, save up those Yanma candies, and hopefully your Yanma doesn't turn into a Ditto. Next, we have another Pokemon similar to Licky. I really don't like the way that it looks, and it just grosses me out. We have Provopass. So Provopass evolves from Nosepass, and it actually has a crazy high defense stat. Its defense stat is so high, but guys, it has a horrible attack. So this might be one of those Pokemon you just throw into a gym and leave it there. Honestly, its defensive stat actually surprised me a lot, but I guess it makes sense because it's literally like a solid rock that just sits there, so it's pretty cool. But guys, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. I hate Provopass so much. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this one, but of course I'm gonna get it in the Pokedex. I doubt I'll use it very much though. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list, and last but not least, we have Frostlast. So Frostlast evolves from a female Snorunt. So if you evolve a male Snorunt after Gen 4 is released, you'll get a Glalie, which we've already had in Pokemon Go. And then if you evolve a female Snorunt, you'll get Frostlast. So Frostlast is an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous Pokemon. She is a Ghost and Ice type, and she is awesome. Now, to my surprise, Frostlast has pretty balanced average stats. She's definitely not going to be a bad Pokemon by any means. She doesn't really shine in any areas, but she doesn't really fail in any areas either. But guys, Frostlast is just really aesthetically pleasing. I really like my Ghost types. I think Ghost and Ice is really cool, so that's why I'm such a fangirl. But it's not going to be the best Pokemon overall, but definitely save up your Snorunt candies. I know I'm going to be evolving my female shiny Snorunt that I caught from GoFest into a shiny Frostlast when it comes out, so I'm so excited about it. But definitely remember, guys, it has to be a female to evolve into Frostlast. So that is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about Generation 4, and if I left anything out or if there's anything else you want to know, let me know in the comments down below, because I have a couple more videos lined up for this, and I will answer any questions you might have, and I'll try to do my research the best that I can. And like I said, I have a more detailed video coming out next. It's going to be like the top 10 Generation 4 Pokemon for Pokemon Go, and I'm gonna go over all their stats individually and their max CPs, and I'm gonna do a countdown of which ones are going to be the best to have in Pokemon Go. So definitely be on the lookout for that video. So I guess I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel to join my Gengar gang, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!